Hey everyone, this is Frugal Panda here. Let's take a ride on Lectric XP Ebike. This is Lectric XP 3.0. We are at Lake Pueblo, Colorado. We're going to take this e-bike and ride down the river walk and go downtown and ride around a little bit. I never have ridden downtown here. I've been to downtown, of course. You know, you've seen some other videos. I a lot of times come to Lake Pueblo State Park to test different builds, camping schemes before I actually take it somewhere else, like far away to actually camp. So that's what I use it for a lot of times. I like about Lake Pueblo, it's simple, it's easy to get to, it's straight down I-25, it's very nice, it's got water, of course, Lake Pueblo. What to know about Pueblo? Pueblo is a city of about 112,000 people. Its elevation is 4,692 feet. Area code for this area is the 719. There's also Pueblo West, which is kind of a suburb. It is a suburb of Pueblo. If you want a little bit bigger house and a little bit more land, Pueblo West is where people move a lot of times. The weather in Pueblo is mild in comparison to Denver, Colorado, where I live, that area that I live. Right now we're riding towards the Pueblo Discovery Center, which will ultimately take us down the trail that will take us to downtown along the river, which is pretty cool. So we're just riding right now. And oh, I also have this is the Lectric XP 3.0 long range. I'm riding mostly in level 2 and 3 for the most part. I think I kicked it up a little bit when I was on my way back. You know, after you got somewhere, you're kind of ready to get back once you're done with what you're doing. But going there was like 2 and 3. This is a spring day right here, late spring time frame. That's why there's not any leaves hardly on the trees. You can see it's sunny, it's clear. This is typical Colorado weather, by the way. In the spring we'll get maybe a blizzard, a quick dump of snow, and then it's like this. That's what makes us different than a lot of states where it snows. We get lots of days of sunshine. It was a beautiful ride. It was in the 60s. I probably had a light jacket on. I may not even had a jacket. I might have been just carrying one and just had a long sleeve shirt. Pueblo has put a lot of money into their community in the last decade or so with the river walk in downtown. I'm getting ready to ride along that along the river walk and some of the new stuff they put in as well. Nickname for Pueblo is Steel City because it's a major steel producer, and also it's known as the home of the heroes. It has the highest number of Medal of Honor recipients per capita. There's more Medal of Honor winners from Pueblo than anywhere else in the U.S. So that's pretty cool little fun facts about this area. I like Pueblo. I think it's pretty cool. They have the Pueblo chili is here. It's a mild green chili pepper. Mexican food down here is really good. You have the historic Arkansas River Walk. This is what they spent a lot of time building up down here when you get into downtown, excuse me. So there's places to eat along it. You can actually get little boat rides along it as well. They're also known for the Colorado State Fair here. So Pueblo for a long time, probably since the 90s, well, as far as I know, the 90s, it had a bad reputation. I listened to a lot of it until I actually moved down here, and I moved down here when I was young, and I actually liked Pueblo. It was kind of beaten down back then, but it was still a cool little city. Now the last decade or so, they put a lot of money into it. The downtown is nice. It's not overran with homeless people in the downtown. There are homeless people here, but I think they push them more out towards the northern areas, towards like the TJ Maxx area and stuff along the highway. They do not allow them to congregate in downtown Pueblo. They just don't. You got to keep it moving down here. You're not going to pop a tent up in downtown Pueblo. They don't play that. So it's not like it was years ago. Their downtown is a lot cleaner than Denver's downtown, and I will say that. And I come down here all the time. I know some people get on here and say, oh, Pueblo's gross, it's this and that. I come down here all the time. I think it's nice. I think it's a good community. I think it's very family orientated. Large Mexican American population. Also a lot of generations of Italian Americans live here, and all types of other folks, as well as retired vets and stuff like that come here. And people that want a decent price for a house but want to be in a city and have the ability to either work in Pueblo or commute about 40 minutes away to Colorado Springs. So the Lectric XP 3.0, I want to say probably on my big battery, the long range battery that I carry, I probably get about 40 miles, I'd say, depending on how I ride. The weather was like 60, so it was mild, so it's not going to be to impact the battery range too much. I'm also carrying a standard Lectric XP 3.0 battery, which is just the regular when it comes to standard one. So it probably gets with me on it, let's say 25 to 30. To be on the safe side, let's say this: 35 miles an hour, 35 mile range with the long range for me at 6 foot, 205 or 10 pounds or so, somewhere in there, and about, let's say, 25 miles of range with the other. So I had plenty of range to rip and zip around. I made it. Look at all this they put in. They built all this in the last just couple of years, so it's really cool. And I cut a lot of people out of here, but there's people down here, a lot of those areas fly fishing. There was kids playing, everything like that. Every once in a while you get a hint of the Mary Jane. So there was a little hint of Mary Jane in a few areas, but it was nothing like Denver. And let's go back to Pueblo downtown a minute. What you will see in downtown Pueblo, you don't see a lot in a lot of other areas of the state. I'm talking in larger cities, or Denver, let's be specific, is police presence. And I've said this in my other video. The police be out rolling around here. They're not going to have no nonsense. I think a lot of the police department, law enforcement actually lives in this community, lives in or around this community, because they seem a lot more invested as well. And there must be protocol, because they don't play. Downtown, you will see cops driving around, so there is no nonsense and all that. Downtown has tons of thrift stores. Man, I just like downtown. I think it's really cool. I like how it's a southern part of Colorado, and you can get to all types of places in pretty decent time from Pueblo. So anyway, we're riding. My Lectric XP 3.0 is doing well. It probably has about 500 some miles on it by now. They built all this in the last year or so. This is really cool, and it's going to be really cool come the summertime as people use it even more. It reminds me, there's a part, if you look at one of my old videos in Salida, where they put something very similar. Salida has something very similar to that, where people can do all types of stuff, boogie board and all that stuff in a little spot. Which reminds me, I need to take me a trip to Salida and explore it a little bit more. I love going there and walking along their river walk as well. So anyway, we're riding. Also along this river walk, there are cows, you'll see as you're riding. So in a certain part there, you'll see them. There was a few people out walking here and there, a couple people riding bikes. It was a sunny, beautiful day. I think it was just one of those days where I wanted to take off from Denver area, and I packed up my truck. This is the '07 Chevrolet Avalanche. I packed it up and put a bed and everything in it, and got me a little spot in Pueblo and hung out. And that's what I did. And I rode around here, and then once I made it to downtown, I realized I wanted my truck and I wanted to go back downtown. So when I got down here, I rode around a little bit. I was like, cool, let's go back, put the bike up, grab the truck, and let's take off back downtown, because I want to check out some other stuff in the vehicle. Also, you will see me in the next in a couple more videos. I got another vehicle. So I'll just let you know it's an Infinity. So I got the big boy Infinity, the GX80 or whatever. I already built a bed. I basically took the bed that I have that I use for my wife's Kia Sorento, and I modified it for the Xfinity QX80. I'm excited to take that one camping, because next time I go to the West Coast, guys, I'm taking that big old gas guzzler. And it's okay that it's a gas guzzler, because I can sleep in it, and I'm pretty frugal, everyone. So it's going to be a road trip car I'm taking with me. It's big, it's luxurious, it's all that stuff. It won't be the Avalanche. I like the Avalanche, but I'd rather take the QX80 for comfort, size on the inside, and it's just nice, if you know what I mean. So why should you get an e-bike? Whether it's the Lectric XP, whether it's a Rad Power, and we do have a Rad Power. If you look at my videos, we have a Rad Power as well now. Again, I love both. Why should you get an e-bike or any other e-bike? It's good for actually exercise, as long as you don't put it in a level 5. You're not going to get no exercise, twirling your legs in level 5, but you put it in 1 and 2, you will get some exercise. Going up hills, you will get some exercise. It will allow you to go further than you more than likely would go on a regular bike, because not everyone wants to ride a regular bike. And FYI, guys, I didn't do a review on it. I have a gravel bike now, I have a Diamondback. I think my Diamondback weighs like 30 pounds. Man, I think it's less than that, actually. And I love it, and it's not an e-bike either. But for other times, I want to take this. So if when I go back to Seattle or go somewhere like that, or another place in the Pacific Northwest or the coast, I love having my e-bike because I can explore. When I rode around Seattle on my e-bike, I rode like 50 miles, guys, in one day. That was going to get something to eat. That was shopping, just hanging out, riding along Lake Washington, and all that. The only thing that gave up on me kind of was my butt, and it wasn't too bad. My seat was pretty comfy, and also now I have some little shorts with the little pads in them as well for my gravel bike. But when I do those long trips, those type of rides when I'm out in like the Pacific Northwest or wherever, I will wear those under my pants, just because they will help with the cushioning on top of me having a comfy seat. So we're now in downtown. Basically, you can see all the graffiti, and it's not like trashy graffiti. It's very nice stylized graffiti that they've written there. I have that put in there, from things about Pueblo to pretty, cool pictures and stuff like that. They've done a really good thing. Pueblo, Colorado has a personality. That's what I'll say. It's got a lot of personality. We're now in downtown. I'm just riding around. I'm running out of film, more than likely too. So you're not going to see a lot of downtown, because I didn't want to see everything. I would also I've been around downtown, but I want to come back and bring my wife with her e-bike and us come downtown. And the plan is to come downtown and, grab something to eat while we're camping, like park the camper, take the bikes out, ride down here, get us something to eat, maybe do a little shopping, and then ride back, type of thing. So I don't want to see everything on my e-bike. I like to keep it a little fresh, once I get an idea like, oh, I want to bring her back here, and let's do this ride and do a little better exploring with her with me, if that makes sense to you. So anyway, I'm now starting to head back. It was a good ride. I can't remember how many miles I rode. Let's say 25. That's what I would probably guess. I don't think I had to switch my batteries. So about 25 miles. I will be getting the 4.0 more than likely if I don't get the Rad Power. I do like that 26-inch fat tire Rad Power bike like my wife has. So I may get that. I just haven't decided yet. I do like about the folding bikes as well. They're folding. I can put them in any car with no problem. They're easily hidden. I can leave them in my vehicles and you can't see them for the most part, as long as you got tinted windows and stuff. So we're riding back. It was a good ride. It was a good choice. I enjoyed my time here. Come to Pueblo, Colorado. Come check it out. There's lots of things to do. Go on a boat ride along the Riverwalk. You can do that. Go eat at some of the places that are right there along the boardwalk. Have some fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. I highly recommend go check out Pueblo, Colorado. Take your regular bike, take an e-bike, whatever. It's beautiful up here. Everyone, thanks for watching. This is Frugal Panda hanging out with Lectric 3.0 in Pueblo, Colorado. Bye.